Hello, I'm Laura, and this is the second Sunday of Lent, March 16th, 2025. As I've been reading this wonderful Unity booklet in the garden, which walks us through the time of Lent, I hope my videos are some support of that, even though they go off on different roads sometimes in honoring other holidays. And the reason I hope so is because this booklet does a beautiful job of taking us into the core of the Christ teachings. And it does so by looking at the experience of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Today, that experience focuses on prayer with this verse. And going a little farther, he threw himself on the ground and prayed. Reverend Ellen Davenport points out in her article based on this verse that Jesus was actually facing an arrest that very likely would lead him to an execution at the time. And this was a very desperate time. So where is it we can turn in difficult, challenging, or desperate times, or even just in times when we are taking on a greater challenge, a greater project in life? We can turn to prayer. Prayer actually has a neurological effect on the body and being. It actually helps the neurons of the brain activate so that they bring greater endorphins into the system, so that they actually allow us to sort through our emotions better. And this actually helps us to clear our minds for greater guidance. So prayer is effective in a very practical way. That is why today I invite you to join me and our friends who wrote this Unity booklet in a time of prayer. And let's do so by taking a deep breath, closing our eyes, just acknowledging this power of prayer. As I pray from the heart, my trust in the universal spirit within and all around me calms my emotions and clears my mind. As I pray from the heart, my trust in the universal spirit within and all around me calms my emotions and clears my mind. And so it is. Reverend Ellen wrote, "Prayer can be a first resort and a last resort when we are facing uncertainty. We don't beg God for help, although sometimes that's all we can utter. But instead, we pray to recondition our consciousness. We pray to remind ourselves that we are never separate from God, to feel that clear connection and presence." Now, it has been said in difficult times that we've seen in our world that people will say, don't send your prayers and thoughts, send something very practical and good that will help me in my situation. Well, sending something very practical that will help in the situation is what we are called to do when our compassion reaches out to others. And we are also called to pray. We pray as a first resort and as a last resort, because its positive effect on us helps us be a greater help to our world. So I am glad you took time to pray with me today and throughout this next week, as things in your world and in your life bring up some concern in you. Take a moment to pause and pray. Then act on your prayerful guidance. Then give thanks through prayer again. Have a wonderful day.